Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Big Boy Talk with your host, Big Reg. Listen, listen. Hope everything's going well. It's been a pretty good day for me. I know I'm about 2 minutes late, maybe a minute on starting. Had to get the kids settled in. You know how that go. Um, but listen, we're gonna try to keep it short tonight. In and out of here. I don't want to hold you for too long, so we're gonna get right into the good stuff. If you're coming in, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on the climb to 200. We're at 128. Let's get there. All right. I need y'all. I need to grow my family out here. You know what I mean? Let's do this. We got food extraordinaire, Mr. Bazel in the building. How you doing, sir? First, and he sure is. Usually he's up right up here with me. I didn't get a hold of. I didn't reach out. Didn't have the time to set up everything for the show and get my guests in here or my co-host. So this one's running solo dolo. So I'm gonna try to be quick with this. Right? Y'all see the headline. Y'all know what this is about, right? We're gonna have a little Ravens talk here, and it's it's a good question I got for you guys, right? And I want y'all to think about what I'm saying when I bring this up. Um, is the Ravens future is the Ravens future Okay, so I'm sorry about that. We're having technical difficulties. The internet has been, quite frankly, acting up today, to say the least. It's usually not like this, but I knew I was gonna have to fight through this tonight. So that's why we're gonna make it a quick one. Um, Hendo's in the building from the Rogue Pod. Welcome in, sir. I appreciate you stopping by. This is one of the greats right here. All right, my boy's on the climb to greatness. Please go check him out. Phenomenal Ravens content, best editing in YouTube, I think by far. Gotta check him out. Great dude too. Great person. We got Ravens Talk with Yolanda in the building. Another phenomenal show. Usually comes on right before me, but I believe she came on yesterday instead. But we gonna get her for more content very soon. All right, very soon. All right, we gonna pressure her to do hour and a half, 2 hour streams. But so the Ravens' future is the Ravens' future in question, and I'm going to say yes. And let me start here. Most teams that just signed their quarterback to a huge contract, you would not ask the question of if their future is in question, right? You wouldn't ask that. You wouldn't worry about their future because their future is the QB they just signed. Well, guess what? We're here to ask that question today. And quite frankly, it's a very reasonable question. You have to ask yourself, how long will a QB like Lamar Jackson put up with a second rate coaching staff and a second rate offense? right? They're not going out and doing the best to stack the best around Lamar. And I know people are going to say, well, Lamar's got this huge contract. We can't really pay for pieces, but correct me if I'm wrong. I just saw tons of Ravens fans screaming for us to go get another safety, right? They heard the excitement. They love Justin Simmons. We got to bring Justin Simmons in. We got to bring we just had another safety come visit last week. So it's and then Tony Jefferson comes out of retirement and they're like, "Oh, TJ, we got to bring TJ back. He's a Raven. Like TJ's a Raven. TJ's a retired Raven. I know he's coming out of retirement, but he does not need to be in Baltimore. Good luck to him elsewhere, right? If he's in phenomenal shape, Duke could come back and I don't know if he could be a safety, but he could probably be a linebacker somewhere. You know, he's in phenomenal shape. Like they say, he's been working out, and I know he knows our system, but it doesn't mean he fits the system, right? We're a different team today than we were when we had TJ. And it's just one of those things where I'm constantly left and right seeing, oh, we got to sign this defensive player. We got to sign that defensive player. Oh, this guy's a free agent. Let's go get this guy. And they're all on defense. And don't get me wrong. I know our history. We are a rich defensive history and stacked with defensive talent, right? But we have talent. We have depth. Do we really need to add yet another defensive player? Why not go into the depth we have? Everybody acts like Ardarius Washington didn't play good last year. He played great until he got hurt. So why not give him another shot? We give every offensive injured player another shot. Why not him? I mean, we're giving injured offensive line a shot. Why not give Ardarius another shot? Right? Voorhees is probably going to be, he's projected to be a starter on this offensive line. And he played all of 0 snaps last year because he was injured. So what do we do about that as Ravens fans? We turn around and we say, great job, Baltimore. This guy's a killer. You got him in the 7th round, hurt, 6th round, whatever it was. Hurt. He's still going to be our starter, and he's going to dominate from day one. I'm sorry, what? He's going to what? So the young man that's never taken an offensive snap in the NFL is going to come in and be a dominant guard in the NFL. Now, last week, I was very positive about Baltimore. The week before that, I was very positive about Baltimore, what I felt they were going to do. I felt they were going to take these guys and move them around, and that's how they would help Lamar. But it doesn't change the fact that your offense is still in question, which means your future is in question. Because if you don't protect that man that throws the ball and runs it in this case, he's going to leave the building. There's going to be a lot of pissed off Ravens fans. Just saying. Hendo says he could not cover before, and I doubt he learned how with this time off. Correct. TJ is not a cover guy, and he's going to be nothing but a liability. Miss Yolanda says she's still concerned about the offensive line a bit, and rightfully so. And we got Mama in the building. Hello, Mama. I hope all is well. And Bazel says he had mental reps. Now, as well as I know, the mental reps aren't going to do a single thing when it comes to facing those big guys in the middle. And the league has some strong, fast, elite defensive linemen. There's a reason why the rushers and the D-line are like the second highest paid position in football. Okay? These guys go out there, they get it done. And Lamar, it's crazy because if you look at the list of guys that's gotten paid for our team, you got Lamar, and then it's all defensive guys. Right? We've paid nobody on offense aside from Lamar, and obviously we paid Rodney Stanley, but that was so long ago now, it doesn't even matter. So all our money has been strictly spent on defense. But you can't tell anybody that because they'll try to tell you we don't have the money and that defense gets paid less because it's less important or whatever reason they give you. But all that does is support the reason that we should give the money to the offense, right? And we haven't even gotten into the coaching staff. Now, Todd Monken, he's going into year 2. Love to see what he could possibly do with this offense. Maybe a lot of two tight end personnel. You got to get Likely on the field with Andrews. They are both threats in their own way, and I think the best way to exploit is to have them on the field at the same time. Now, that's going to do a lot for the wide receivers as well, because if your tight ends could eat up the middle, guess what? That allows your speedsters to get open deep, and that's one thing we do have in abundance right now is fast wide receivers. Zay Flowers, Tez Walker, even my boy occasional Hans Aguilar got some speed on him. And we know Bateman can do his thing too. He's not slow. Bateman is not slow by any means. And here's the craziest thing. And a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy when I'm saying this. I think Bateman might be the best route runner on the team. And that's scary because a lot of people don't have any faith in Bateman. And I like Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is a very good route runner as well. But I do think Bateman's a better route runner than Zay. But Zay's faster. He's a little more clutch, a little more consistent. But again, he was a rookie. He has to hold on to that in year 2 to really prove himself, right? We can't just go all in now and say, well, Zay played well, so it's on him. He's the guy. And while we're doing that, teams are out here stacking up and getting multiple guys on offense and then bringing in defense as well. For some reason, it seems every team in the NFL knows how to handle the cap except that one team in purple and black over on the East Coast. Just saying. But when you say that, they'll still sit and tell me EDC is the best general manager in all of football, even though they see what Howie is doing over there in Philly. And that man seems to never run out of cap space. I don't know what they're doing over there. They cooking the books, something. But that man always got cap room. Always. There's never a point where that man ain't got cap space and players to sign. He gets his guy every time because he knows what he's doing. So EDC is he's on the book, right? We gotta put pressure on EDC. But I think going back to the question here, would Lamar Jackson leave Baltimore? I think don't be surprised if for some reason we don't win the Super Bowl this year and they don't get more talent again. Don't be surprised if he asks to go. Because if I'm him, I'm fed up. First, you fault me on my contract. After a number of years, you're not giving me any weapons to throw the ball to. You decide you don't want to pay me, even though I held you afloat for so many years. Well, now I want compensation, and then I want out of here. I want to go somewhere where I'm going to be appreciated. Right? I mean, what person doesn't want to be appreciated for what they do? I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what you do at all in life. You want to be appreciated. How can an NFL team show you they appreciate you? Get you some protection. Get you some help. Now, don't get me wrong, they went and got him Derrick Henry. So maybe now he can run the ball less. Problem is now Derrick Henry needs help. he is a little older. He's getting on the back end of his career. You cannot sit here and have him tote the ball 100 times. You need help. And I know a lot of people are going to say, "Well, we got the rookie from last year, Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell is going to be phenomenal. We don't know when Keaton's coming back. He's probably going to miss a quarter to a half of the season because he got injured so late in the year last year. And that's ACL. That's tough to come back from. You don't just get up and I'm back from that. It's so God be with him. I hope he heals terrifically. I hope he ends up okay. And I want to see him back. He is a tremendous talent, but I guess we got the new rookie running back we drafted to lean on. But do you really want to keep putting rookies in these positions, late round rookies in these positions to come in and have to be the guy? Yes, he was hurt twice last year, twice. But people forget that, and they're going to tell you, "Oh, he's the guy." Right? Rookie injuries don't matter. And I did not know. Hendo, thank you for this. I did not know the rookie's hurt. The rookie's hurt too. So there you go. So it's one of those things I've been trying to avoid watching for OTAs because I've been nervous about getting watching guys and getting overexcited about what's to come. So I don't pay attention to OTAs. When it comes to preseason, that's when I'm really gonna lock in. That's when I'm really gonna lock in and say, okay, this guy looks good. This guy looks good. This guy looks good. I thought he was good when they drafted him. I thought they drafted the other dude hurt, not him. Okay, maybe it was him. I do remember going off about them drafting somebody hurt. I didn't think it was a running back. I thought it was okay, I'll take it. Of course. Every year Baltimore drafts somebody hurt. Yeah, every year. It doesn't. That center. The center they drafted, he was hurt. In the 7th round, I think it was. He was hurt. He was another guy they drafted hurt. They love their big offensive linemen. Hurt offensive linemen. So was good, Jared. This is another channel. Please go check out my brother Jared. Jared 11 Green, Southern Baller Show. Great content. Them dudes be on fire over there. You gotta go tune in. It's always a good time, a great laugh, and great knowledge. Man, you learn a lot watching these fellas. I really appreciate their show. I'm telling you, tune in. And yeah, Samak or Samak. Well, I don't want to mess up his name too bad there. But he was drafted hurt. So it's one of those things where watching his team do what they do makes you nervous as a fan, but it makes you nervous as a whole, right? You're like, what is their real next move going to be? And obviously they're not going to get any big name receivers. I've given up hope on that. There's no signing big name receivers. It's sad. I want it to happen. I want them to get Lamar the guys on the outside because, like, I constantly dream, and I'm like every Ravens fan, right? I want us to win. I want us to be the best, right? But I have had dreams where I lay there and I'm like, oh man, Lamar passing the ball to Justin Jefferson. Oh man, that would be so dope. You know what I mean? Guys like that. Get them any star that's out there and get him Devontae Adams. Get him somebody. Hendo, you know. I know I had my tidbit, right? I know I had my problems. I was leaving. I had to come back because Baltimore's in my heart, man. It really is. Jared knows how I feel. He's like, I feel you, brother. And listen, but Hendo, I had to come back, man. I couldn't stay away for long. I do got my eyes on other teams now, though. Whereas before, it was all Baltimore, 24/7. But I'm liking Houston, I'm liking Washington, and I know you're gonna hate that one. I'm liking the Commanders right now. I really am. Um, so yeah, I got my eyes on a couple other places. I got I got my eyes on a couple other places. Just saying. But if Lamar walk, that door is still open. If Lamar at some point gets frustrated with what's going on here and decides to leave, and they still keep John Harbaugh, that's that right there. Mm, you might as well tear my heart out my chest. After the preseason, huh? After the preseason, we'll see where you stand. Listen, I love the Ravens. I've been a fan since I was 8 years old. Um, 96, the first year of the Ravens, and I'll admit I did not. I was 8. I didn't. That's when I really got into football. I didn't really watch football prior to that a lot. I was My family was always into it, right? So I was always around it. So I always had an eye on it, but I didn't have any investment into a team, so to speak, until I finally started sitting and watching myself as a kid and 8 years old. Um, watched the Ravens game. Who were we playing? I forgot who we were playing, but I watched the game and I was like, I believe we lost too. The Ravens lost the game I watched. And I just looked and I just said, "There's something I like about this team. There's something I really like about these guys. There's a certain that go with it, you know." So I became a fan. I locked in and I started watching them. And then fast forward 2000, we're in the Super Bowl, and my mom, if she's still in the building, she's gonna remember this to this day because I still talk junk. But my mom is in the living room and we're getting suited and booted for the Super Bowl game. I'm watching in my room. I decided to watch in my room rather than watching the living room with my mom because my mom at this point is like, the Ravens, who are the Ravens? Oh, the Giants about to destroy them. The Giants about to destroy them. Remember, the Giants had the number one offense in the league that year. And I go to her, I go, "Mom, we about to whoop y'all." She's like, "Yeah, right, yeah, right." Talk her a little junk. Thinking the Giants are about to just smoke the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Next thing you know, the game starts off how it starts off. I come every play. I'm running out to the living room. I'm stomping and yelling, "Whose house is this? Ravens house. Whose house is this? Ravens house." Every single positive play. Every single time. And it was such a great moment. And then we went on and won, and that was one of the worst blowouts in Super Bowl history. And I believe it's still the only Super Bowl. There might be two now, but at the time, it was the only Super Bowl that an offense never scored a point in the Super Bowl, and it was awesome. All right, awesome. So with that being a part of my history, but that being part of my life, that's one of the main reasons I came back to Baltimore. That's why it's hard for me to leave them because they were my first true football love. Okay, so somewhere in the back of my heart, the Ravens will always be there, even if I have to resign from or take off because of other issues. Ravens will still be in my heart somewhere. Okay, that'll always be that way. It'll never change. But I tell you what, if you're telling me that Lamar Jackson's leaving and John Harbaugh is still going to be the head coach, and they're really not making any changes to do better, then I'm gonna have to put them on the back burner. And the back of my heart is exactly where they'll be, you know, because much like most fans, I want what's best for the team. I feel Lamar and getting him weapons is what's best for the team. And if you can prove to me otherwise, then great. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people say, well, if he's so great, why can't he elevate the talent around him? He has. He has. He's kept the team relevant, right? He's kept the team relevant. And he, to me, yes, he needs a Super Bowl, but he's already the best quarterback the Ravens have ever had. He's already technically Hall of Fame worthy, right? He's Hall of Fame worthy. I believe it was Hendo that had that question on his show a couple weeks back. Is he, already a Hall of Famer, or does he need that Super Bowl? Actually, it might have been a couple days ago. I'm always watching that channel. So it's honestly, he needs it on his resume, So that was a great episode by Hendo there. And yes, he does need the Super Bowl on his resume, but he's already Hall of Fame worthy to me. I think the Super Bowl would be the icing on the cake, right? The Super Bowl would kind of lock it in for a guaranteed spot. And Bazel, you're correct, sir. Mr. Ghost, you are correct. If that happens, they're gonna be cheeks. Booty, butt cheeks. Yep. You're 100% correct. So, yes, Hall of Fame worthy quarterback already. I mean, when you get a unanimous MVP, and you're only one of two people to ever do that, and he's already won his second MVP, and I'm out on a limb saying he's going to be in the running for his third this year. He's going to have a heck of a season this year, not because of the people around him, because I think he's driven differently. I think he has a different substance in him, a different level of competitiveness that's going to drive him to stick his foot in the ground and say, get on my back, just like he's done every other year. Get on my back, and I'm going to drag y'all across the line. Because you don't look at a team like this and the number of people they lost and say, oh, they're just as good as last year or they're better than last year. No. The team has taken a step back, whether people like it or not. The one thing we have done, we've done going in the right direction, is get younger. Because younger is faster. So we have done that. But Lamar's going to throw these guys on his back and say, let's go. Now, I do have a fear that last year was just too perfectly set up to be our year, and it should have been our year. And it does kind of feel like we missed the opportunity. But when you got that guy, the great eight, the marvelous, he can create windows of opportunity. So when one door closes, another one will surely arise and open. And I think he's going to open it. He's going to be the piece to open it. And then you give him a guy like Derrick Henry, who's a generational running back. We're not talking about a guy that, he's on the back end of his career, but he's still putting up numbers. And he's better than what we had, Best of luck to Gus. Best of luck to I don't forgot the dude name now. He done been so hurt. Dang, I'm losing it, y'all. I'm losing it. But best of luck to them. I wish them the best. But they're not Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is, yes, J.K. Dobbins. Thank you, Hendo. Appreciate you. They're not Derrick Henry in any way, shape, or form. But we might have got Derrick Henry a half a year too late. Father Time is undefeated. And last year, the Super Bowl itself, the AFC Championship itself shows that was the time to have Derrick Henry. Because if you got that guy, then guess what? He's going to rack up yards against what was the worst run defense in the NFL, who somehow you chose not to run the ball against. Oh, they stacked the box. They stacked them. You know how many teams stacked the box against Derrick Henry, and he does not care? He's one of those backs that gets stronger as the game goes. And you said, nah, we're not going to give up, a second round pick for him? Are you kidding me? Second round pick, third round pick? Are you kidding me? Anyway, I don't want to get held up on too much. We've already been talking about these Ravens for 30 minutes. Y'all get the gist. The Ravens' future is in question because what happens with Lamar is in question. Will Lamar stay in Baltimore despite all the stress? Is this one of those monumental turning point seasons where you're faced with a decision at the end of the year? Is it worth me to keep risking my body for this team who doesn't think I'm worth the offensive line or the wide receivers? If he has to ask himself that at the end of the year, then y'all can kiss this all-pro quarterback goodbye and watch him walk off to another team. And watch every chance of you winning the Super Bowl go right with him. It's a sad day to say it, but it is what it is. And speaking of championships, the NBA is now entering the finals. It's going to be the Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I, for one, had the Minnesota winning that series. Woe is me. They got spanked. And it's looking like this is Luka's year. Luka and Kyrie are looking unstoppable. You want to talk about two dudes that can rain points on you left and right? These are the two. Don't get me wrong, I like Jaylen Brown. I like Tatum. But I don't think they have a shot. I mean, if we're going to look at each team's road to the finals, well, the Celtics had it easy. The Celtics had it easy. Right? I think the Celtics road, and people are going to call this bias, I think the Celtics road to the finals would have been harder if they had to face Orlando. I think Orlando was the better matchup for the Celtics. Hands down. The regular season record says it. And just the hype that Orlando has, the way they play, it's the better matchup. And it showed because Cleveland got stomped. Okay? 4-1, they win that series. Then they go on to the next round, and they get a sweep. So first round 4-1 against Miami, 4-1 against Cleveland, and then they sweep. And it's like, well, was anybody going to get in their way? Again, I say Orlando would have been the team to give them fits. Whether people, I know people aren't going to agree, but the way the team is built, they're built to be a problem for the Celtics. And that's the way you're supposed to build a team. You look at the best team in the East and you say, can we slow them down? Can we beat them? Don't tell me to stop. This is facts. I think Orlando, I'm not saying Orlando necessarily would have won the series, but I'm saying they would have been the biggest challenge for the Celtics in the series because nobody else was in the East. Just saying. That's just my thoughts. I'm not saying it would have been Orlando in the finals this year. I'm saying they would have gave the Celtics a run for their money. And I think the Mavericks are going to come out and do it. I don't know if it's going to be a sweep, but the Mavericks are going to come out there and Luka is looking. That's the Western Conference Finals MVP right there. Don't be surprised if he ends up NBA Finals MVP. That boy Luka's nasty, right? Fat Luka is going crazy. And what did he say about Rudy Gobert? He's like, I know I'm not fast, but I'm faster than him. Right? I know I'm slow, but I'm not slower than him. He's right. 100%, 110% he was right. How dare they put that matchup in front of him? The man came out and beast mode and is about to get his first championship. And I'm saying it early. Congratulations to him. He is just say he is no longer Fat Luca. Hey, you might be right on that one, man. He Luca the chef now because he be cooking. He Luca the chef. He be cooking. He be cooking. That man going crazy all over teams in the playoffs right now. He's about to do it to the Celtics. You think Tatum's gonna stop Luca? You think Tatum has a chance at stopping Luca? Man, please. Man, please. JT, I like you, brother. I do. I like JT. I like JB. I like them both. Unfortunately, this ain't it. And here's the question, though. Once they lose to this finals, do they disband this team now? Because the Celtics have had a number of chances. Do you disband this team, or do you keep them together, try to add another weapon, and keep building on it? I'm still upset that our Magic didn't advance further. Me too. It still hurts. It still hurts. It still hurts big time. Sir, we had the Orlando Magic, all right? Magic had a better shot than the Warriors. Where's the Warriors at in these playoffs? What happens to the Warriors? Dang, where were they? We ain't seen them in a while. I don't think they made the playoffs. Dang, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah. Okay. Well, enjoy the sideline, right? You enjoyed watching us in the first round. That's what they did. All right. They're not so golden over there anymore. Hey, we're not talking about the past. We're talking about the here and now. We're talking about the here and now, sir. Now, sir, what'd you do this year? I want to hear what you did 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I want to hear what you did now, this year. What do you do this year, sir? I got it, Miss Yolanda. I got him. Because the Warriors did nothing this year. A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of fluff. Listen. We both on the couch right now. Yes, every team's on the couch except 2. But at least we had a shot at the dance. We were in the playoffs. And y'all were out. And you lost the bet too, because I told you, sir, that they were going to make the playoffs this year. So what I need you to do is go ahead on your show, your next live, right? On your next live, I need you to go on your show because you lost that bet. And I need you to admit that I was right about Orlando making the playoffs this year. And that you, humbly, sir, were wrong. And give us credit where credit's due. Without tearing us down while you do it either. I want to hear the negativity while you do it, sir. Just saying. We deserve at least that. Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir, you do. What do you mean you don't do lives anymore? Yes, you do, sir. And you will be doing lives. All right? Because you put out great content. We love the show. Matter of fact, I'm expecting you live on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is. All right? So we will see you then on that show. What up, B? How you doing, sir? That's one half of Lunch Break Hot Take right there. Fire content every Wednesday, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. These dudes put on a show. What do you mean? Now, what are you saying you won't be doing lives anymore? Y'all both gonna be streaming And tell Mr. Galloway, tell Dre we need him back on too. I don't know. Everybody been slacking lately. What's up with that? Y'all slacking. Y'all slacking. I need y'all on point. All right. LBHT is on fire every Wednesday. Miss Yolanda's on fire 2 times a week. I'm here every Friday. All right. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all. I listen. Coach be cooking up streams left and right, coming out the blue. Hendo, you slacking, sir. I need you back on top. Get back. Pause. That sound wild. Pause. What you mean there's no more electric relaxation? Come on, man. Don't do this, man. Don't do this. What are y'all changing the name of the show? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to ruin it. But that's if that's the case, then that's extremely sad because that was a fantastic show that I loved. Everything all the way up to the intro and outro music. Life do be lifing. That's true. So I can't argue that. I'm going through some stuff myself right now, so I cannot argue that. Life be lifing. I just hope all is well. Yeah, I had to pause that too. You know, I can't even believe I actually said that on live. So I had to pause that to pause. I can't believe that came out of my mouth. Pause. That sound wild. Pause. Listen. Yeah, Miss Yolanda does her show. She seems to do her show 7:30. Mondays and Fridays, but now I think it's Mondays and Thursdays. I'm not sure. She bounces back and forth between Thursdays and Fridays. But I'm there every time she's on. I tune in. LBHC every 7:15 every Wednesday. I'm there. What you mean? You about to be out the live stream game altogether, sir? You are being held accountable. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. All right. You cannot do that. You're one of our key streamers. You cannot do that. What am I gonna watch? All right. You cannot do that, sir. But I got one last topic for y'all. Last but not least, certainly not least, probably my favorite topic right now. The WNBA. So if you don't know, now you know that my Connecticut Sun are undefeated. Okay? Undefeated. 6-0. Actually, I think we got a game today. I gotta go. We're playing right now, actually. I gotta go see what the score is. When I get a chance here, we'll go find it. Right now, third quarter against Dallas, we're up 59-45. So if we can hold on, guess who's gonna remain undefeated? Didn't we just beat this guy, didn't we? I just sworn we just beat this guy like a couple days ago or a week ago. Am I wrong in saying that? Let's hold on. Let's go look at something real quick. Give me 1 second here. Give me a second here. Hey, that don't matter. That don't matter. I'm telling you now, without the shadow of a doubt, Connecticut Sun has the best front court in the WNBA. Those 3 ladies up front, DeWanna Bonner, freaking Alyssa Thomas, they listen, them ladies can ball like it ain't nobody business. I don't care how big y'all are, they big too. They big too. So they get them ladies, and we gonna finish this game. We gonna win this game tonight. The ladies about to be 7-0. How dare you, sir? How dare you say such things? That is so disrespectful. I'm not even gonna put that up here. It's disrespectful of you. And you know what? That's understandably so. Mr. Hendo, would you like to come on and explain why it is you will no longer be streaming? She's not dirty, sir, in any way, shape, or form. She's one of the cleanest players in the WNBA. All right. I'm denying it 100%. I stand by my Connecticut Sun and everything they do. Hendo, would you like to come on here, sir, and explain why it is you are claiming to no longer stream? I'd like answers. Sir, that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. All right. Alyssa Thomas is a phenomenal athlete. Okay. One of the WNBA greats. She leads the WNBA career-wise, history-wise, in triple doubles. All right. Legitimate too. So I don't want to see these dirty comments. She's a phenomenal athlete. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about the WNBA, because all you need to know is that my Connecticut Sun are undefeated. And we going all the way. This is our year and our championship. All right. I know the playoffs ain't even close, but still. No. Points, rebounds, and assists, sir. What you mean no? Hendo? What you mean no? What you mean no? Okay, I'll do you one better. We'll talk. We'll message. We'll set up a day and time, and I will join you on your show so we could discuss live on your show why it is you will no longer be streaming, supposedly. All right? I'll come on your show live, and we'll discuss this, because it's not right. Okay? You're one of the greats. You're one of the greats. So if you're not gonna come on here tonight, I'll give you a pass. Because this is news to me anyway. Breaking news, kind of heartbreaking news. But we will discuss it a day for me to come on your show, and we will discuss this live on your show. Don't let him put together a defense. No, he needs to put together a defense, because the honest truth is, no matter what defense he puts together, we have thousands of reasons why he should not stop streaming. He needs to continue for thousands of reasons. There's thousands of people that get on here to see him stream, to see him live, that need his inspiration. Okay? He knows this. You know this, Hendo. Zeke Hokage, what's good, my guy? I was just talking about the Connecticut Sun out here, how they whooping up on the rest of the WNBA. And for those who don't know, too, I am hopefully going to be going back to, once the season starts, going back to doing the Thursday night football streams. Hopefully. Don't hold me to that quite yet. I gotta see, try to set up a couple things, see how it goes, and hopefully I can do the Thursday night stream for the game and still do Big Boy Talk on Fridays. There's a couple things that's going to change in my schedule, so we'll see how it goes. But I will be attempting to do that. Hopefully, it works out and it comes through well. But Zeke, you're gonna have to watch it back, Zeke. We had a little discussion earlier about the Ravens' future being in question because they don't give Lamar Jackson the proper support. So go back, check it out. Hope you love it. I know this was a fun discussion for me. I'm gonna get up out of here. I've been here 20 minutes longer than I wanted to be. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I love y'all. Y'all my family, and I mean that. And I get that tatted on my sleeve, man. Y'all my family. It's been a great show. Hopefully I can continue to keep the shows to this length where they're not too long. And everybody can sit back, relax, enjoy it, and have fun. All right. I aim to please, except for that 2-hour stream thing. That's not happening. That's not happening, Michelada. And B, you got them fights. Y'all cover Ring Kings podcast. Looks like, listen, Ring King podcast. They cover your boxing, and I believe they do some UFC as well. I, for one, this is me speaking from the heart, being genuinely honest. Ring Kings podcast got me back into boxing. Right? I'm not a super fan in boxing, but I used to be a long time ago. And I stopped watching. I didn't know the fighters anymore. I wasn't really keeping track of events and stuff like that. Watching Ring Kings podcast has not only got me back into boxing, right, and caring about actually certain fights, but they've actually taught me things about a lot of these new fighters, and it's got me very interested. So I appreciate them for that, and y'all better go tune in because it's the best combat sports podcast in the world, hands down, right? And unlike a lot of places, this is very opinion based. Okay, they're opinion based, but they deliver the facts, but they'll give you the opinions on how they feel about it. They won't just tell you to feel what everybody else feels, like a lot of these other channels out here do. They tell you what other people think. So I tell you now, these guys, they got it. You got to go tune in. All right, they got the combat sports on Smash. You got to tune in. You got to check it out. These dudes is fire. And we got the best YouTube family in the world. All right, we all stick together. It's a family. Whether you're a subscriber, whether you got your own show, doesn't matter what it is. You're part of this family. You're part of this crew. And we thank you. We love you. I thank you. I love you. And y'all stay blessed. Peace.